David, they could have done with Alexander Isak at Wembley, of course, last weekend. That is the big story that everybody wants to talk about when it comes to Liverpool right now. Is there any movement?
Well, it's arguably the biggest story of this summer, and we haven't heard the end of it yet. The news I broke in the week was that Alexander Isak has no intention to play for Newcastle United again. That's his perspective. In his mind, the Newcastle United chapter is over. And even if a deal is not done to secure his departure before the transfer window closes, his mind is not in the place of being reintegrated into Eddie Howe's squad. So that is a pretty drastic development in all of this. What we know is that Newcastle have no intention of selling him, and they've been clear and consistent in that for a long time. He's under contract, a very lucrative one, until the summer of 2028. However, they are looking for replacements for the event of him leaving. And we know that Liverpool have made an offer, £110 million. It was rejected immediately. They've not come back since. But their interest is ongoing, and they'd be ready to if they receive encouragement should Newcastle get their replacements. What we also learn now is that despite Newcastle's stance and Alexander Isak seemingly being content and happy at Newcastle towards the end of last season, I reported that on air here with you. We now know that 2 weeks before the end of the season, he told Eddie Howe personally that he planned or wanted to leave this summer. He repeated that after the final game of the season against Everton before going back to his native Sweden. And so this has been rumbling for some time. In his mind, he also let Newcastle know about his intentions as long as a year ago, when they said to him there will be no new contract because of their attempts to comply with financial fair play, PSR, profitability and sustainability, and also the fact that he earns so much already, and at that point he was still under contract until 2028 for 4 more years. People around Newcastle I speak to deny that. I've got to be clear. They say that's not true. He was always open in our mind to talking about this at the end of the season and maybe even signing a new contract. So it's got very messy. It's clearly emotional for the fan base, and I respect them hugely. This is a difficult period. But Alexander Isak hasn't played a pre-season friendly. He's not going to be playing for Newcastle at Aston Villa tomorrow. And we're going to have to wait and see if something gives on this. Maybe after the teams play, there could be a resolution one way or the other on when they face each other on the 25th. I can't say which way it's going to go. It feels in the balance, and we're going to have to see how it plays out. But he certainly wants that move to Liverpool.